Facts Media Global, we in the building. Hope you enjoyed the speech. Actually, that was today in history. And we all know what happened tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow we all know what's happening. But yeah, we're in the daily wrap up. We all know what happened tomorrow in history. He took the brother down. As you can see in the tomorrow's segment of Today in History, he took the brother down after that powerful speech. Now, I had to break that speech down. Gotta get into I've been breaking it down all day. I mean, can't say it was the first time. I'm familiar with the speech, but it's always just like frightening when you put the pieces together after you don't think about it for a while, and then especially running the platform, what I mean. This is a whole nother perspective. You know what I'm saying? And when you're dealing in a whole nother perspective, you have to put everything in perspective. Certain things cannot matter to you. You know, you have to put other people's best interests in front of yours. You know what I mean? That's something real precious that it takes a good. It's not a whole lot of people out here like that, and that's the issues. That's the problem. We're not pushing that. We're not pushing that agenda. It's like it's sad. We got a lot of work to do, people. We got a lot of work to do. I mean, can't you see all of the resemblance of Brother Martin's speech and what's going on right now? I said it in my show earlier. We already know the daily wrap up. It's a recap of all today's shows. If you go back in today's shows, I already talked about it. This was 50 years ago, people. 50 years ago. You understand? So, come on. 50 years, and if you Google Memphis right now, and Google the sanitation department in Memphis, and they're going through the same exact issues that they was going through in 1968. How is this? Why don't we have our own sanitation company in Memphis by now in 50 years? We got 50 years. Today in history, I mentioned in 2010, something happened in 2010 with the cell phone. People, that was 8 years ago. You see the leaps that the cell phone has taken since 2010 to now. We're on, what was it? It's like the iPhone 20 now. I mean, I don't even know. But I know I think it was the iPhone 8. They come out with two a year. I don't know. I mean, I know they coming out with an iPhone twice a year. They coming out with a different number. We ain't got a garbage truck in Memphis. We ain't got a couple of garbage trucks in Memphis since 1968. If we was in 1968 right now, in a few more hours, we in a hotel waiting to. It was court. It was a big court case. It was a big court case they had. Morning they was to wake up. Tomorrow morning they was to wake up him, Jesse, his entourage, and they outside of the hotel. Was they coming back? They on their way? If my memory serves me correctly, it was on their way. I'm thinking. I'm not sure. I know who said something. Did one of the congresswomen, because you know Martin was a player, and it was told that one of the congresswomen over there, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I covered her in one of my other shows, but yeah, she was yeah. She said it. She said she got to the hotel and him and her and Martin went in the room and and they did what grown people do. It was the only was it yeah it was the only black owned hotel in Memphis. Everybody stayed there. They said that when anybody was in town, that was black artist wise, or anybody like that, they stayed at that hotel. So for them to kill brother Martin Luther for this speech, basically. I mean, after listening to this speech over and over and over again over the years, everything he's telling us and showing us in this speech, have we done it? Have we showed and proved? Or have we used these ideas for our best interest and our self-preservation? What do we do? Because obviously something transpired because it's 50 years. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna keep saying that because you got. I mean, what can you say to challenge it? So what do we do? What do we do? Tell me. Nothing. We haven't did anything. shucked and jived. Let all our leaders down. We ain't got no leaders. Ain't got no leaders. Everybody's trying to get that money. If they can't get in your pocket, hey, listen. I understand, you know what I'm saying? It's the one hand wash the other, you know what I'm saying? You work with me, I work with you. I understand that. That's the American way. But some kind of way, we lost it. We lost ideals. We lost the ideals and the morals. Ain't no loyalty. Everybody's going every which way with the religion. And the enemy, one thing about it, the enemy and the foreigners, they not worried about no religion. They not, when you come in their store to get the 4 wings and fries, they not talking to you about trying to save your life. When you go in there and you selling them stamps to them at the corner store, ain't they buying them stamps? Ain't they swiping your card and telling you and giving you $25 for the 50? Or are they saying, listen, what are you doing? No, get you some stuff that you need, and whatever the case may be. No, what they doing is they gonna buy them. They buying their stamps. When you go into the bootleg Chinaman and get them Jordans, listen, they're not worrying about no religion. They're not sitting there telling you how it's not right. This is not the right thing to do. They buy, but we sitting around talking about, putting this facade up about how, we need to stop getting high and we need to fix our communities. Well, it's the same ones in the communities. It's only the reason why they doing anything is just to get an inlet, just to get a what? They just want a mass amount of people who they can buy their food stamps every month. They're not really trying to do anything. Because if they was, they wouldn't be buying the people stamps. If they was, they wouldn't be buying the people TVs when they decided they want, it's a bad weekend, something happened at the job. They want to go smoke out. So because they want to go smoke out, as soon as their money get low, you scheming on everything in the house. Well, how much you want for that? Hey, what's what you gonna do with that TV? Your kids still got that Xbox? Yeah, we'll keep it going. People don't want to hear that. You ain't got to fake a front for me. If you real, you got to be all the way real. Can't take it out in between. The enemy doing enough of that. The enemy is doing enough of that. Habib, the Koreans, the Arabs, you name them. The Chinese, they running the fruit market over here, but then they raising tariffs over there. Like, what are you doing? I can't get a piece of fish in New York City or orange or mango unless I go into the Chinese fruit stand. They Vietnamese, whatever, but I mean they not. They don't look like me. You go to any spot like that that's black, might be Jamaicans or some Bajans or some Trinidadians in there. You know what's going down. Post-traumatic stress reliever. I ain't even gonna talk about it. Post-traumatic stress reliever all in the spot. Now look, I'm gonna cut back to this. I want y'all to pay close attention. It's a movement. Check it. Mm-hmm. Might want to screenshot that. That's what I've been talking about. Ain't nobody talking about going to Africa and staying in Africa. When you go to Cancun, when you go to Cancun in the Bahamas and the Virgin Islands, and y'all taking all these extravagant trips for the gram, You know what I mean? Not for change, not to stop the exploitation, not to support the revolution. Y'all doing all these trips just to take some um, Instagram pics, Snapchat, get as many likes as you can. It's a race. And then what you do? You come right back here. You ain't doing nothing. After all of that, you come right back here, home. The great United States of America, where you built everything up, and now you're left with nada. Yeah. Mr. One of them original. Mr. One of them come in the back. Yeah. Nothing. So what? What does it work? What does it matter? But when you can go over to Africa and you can build, you could create industry over there. We have to put the industry over here out of business. We gotta leave them holding the bag. The time is up. We seen it like a 27 inch Zenith is up. Y'all might as well just pack up while y'all ahead. Stop building up these warehouses. We know why y'all building these warehouses up. Y'all doing it the same way, Vietnam style. Build all of these warehouses, then right next close by, y'all got developments. And then what? You're gonna send all the refugees. That's we see what's going on over there in Syria, Turkey, Pakistan. This is facts, media, global. Why every time somebody mention Africa, somebody thinks that we want to go over there and never come back? Nah, this is an opportunity for us to actually free our peoples. This is an opportunity for us to actually open up these prison gates. Didn't they do that in Cuba? Then in Cuba open up they prison gates and send everybody over here, or not? How many times did that happen in history? Where a country they just overwhelmed, they open up they prison gates and they send all they downtrodden bad guys. They just ship them. We don't want them back. Trump doing it. Trump sending train loads weekly going back home. So if you're not from America, you might as well just want to tread lightly right now with Donald Trump. If this is not where you was born, then you might want to just tread lightly because Donald Trump is not playing. You sneeze wrong, he's sending you back. This is facts. This is facts. And the best property I talked about earlier is right here. You see it. Diversified farm. Yeah. Check it out. 2 houses. More houses than that, but you got 100. This is. Every time I look at this, I just get. Now these are islands. Now you gotta, what I'm saying. This is where I need when I gather up all my tough guys, all my killers and gorillas. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can go over there. Cause like what you gonna do? You pay for that. You pay for that, but you gotta understand the natural resources. Let's focus on the natural resources when we touch ground. As soon as the boots hit the ground, we work it. We work it. Check that out. We work it as soon as the boots hit the ground. We got shipping ports, whatever the case may be. That could be a drop off, a refuel center for the traffic in and out of that area. It's just unlimited. You got fishermen. Come on. Why not use our citizenship in America when you go over there and when you decide to do business like everybody else is doing business? China is doing business. Uh, the Arabs, they're doing business. Everybody else is doing business. So when you go over there and they are supported, they know that they countries, they got their back. If anybody over there play crazy, it's it is what it is. You know, you defend your first line of security, and then anything after that, it ain't gonna take too long for we already know it's not gonna take too long for the F-16s and things of that nature to come through. We gonna sit up in the neighborhoods and we gonna kill each other off. Let's send our kids, train our kids, and we send them to either fight, be engineers, build railroad construction, bridge construction, whatever the case may be. We have our own Army Corps of Engineers. It's not war is not about fighting. The majority of them people that's doing what you see what Donald Trump just said. Donald Trump just said he's about to put our American troops on the wall. So it's going to be just a wall of troops until the wall is done. So the majority of the operations that the soldiers really do is work. They rebuild bridges, make sure that the roadways, build roads, construction. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all different kind of things that they do when they at war, at peace, whatever the case may be. All it is just uh, it's just manpower. Manpower. We have the manpower. We have the manpower. We have the buying power. We just don't have the unity. That's the only thing missing. We have the recipe. We have the Colonel recipe with the 11 herbs and spices. We got the Mr. Crab recipe. We ain't got it. We tell Plankton he can get just stop. Tell Plankton he ain't gotta look for the Mr. Crab recipe no more. We got the recipe. Come on. The Master Academy. Check me out. I already see how people take my topics, take my style, and you know what I mean, and run with it. Regardless of what anybody want to say, I'm already noticing it and I'm already seeing it. But the Master Academy. Remember what I said? We in phase 1. What is the Master Academy? We have to bring the trades back. We have to bring the trades back. We have to bring them back globally, state to state. I plan on running a tour, a trade tour. We have trade shows, we have gun shows, we have farm shows, we have all of these shows, and we ain't running no shows. Why? Why we can't run no shows? Why we not having no tours? We ain't having no carnival, fairground kind of things going on in our communities every year. 4 or 5 or 6 of them to generate income like they do. They're generating our income at these fairs. You know, they're being real prejudiced when you know you trying to be a vendor and you want to set up at the fair. You have to go through many and many loops. It's all like a family affair. And if you're in, you're in. If you're not, you're not. If you live in these small towns or whatever, big town, you think they just gonna let you in there? You think they just gonna let you in there with your product to set up? No, it ain't gonna be just looking there. Yeah, everything already is set in stone. We gotta create our own. You create, they will come. I'm grinding. Every day I put $1 away. Every day I put $1 away. Long as every day I put $1 away, step by step, step by step. Starting on my own. Eventually, it's gonna be I'm gonna have 1 acre cash. I got 1 acre cash, 2 acre cash, 3 acre cash. That ain't nothing. Then you gotta get your material. You gotta be able to build. Listen, people. We have work to do. Don't listen to the people that's already straight. You can't listen to them. Some people they just accustomed. They good. Some people once they get to a certain point, they ain't got no worries. They're not worrying about nothing. It's like a train. It's like an old train. You just ride by, ride through. You ain't trying to bust no grapes. You ain't trying to make no noise. You just along for the ride. Got a lot of them. I'm just surprised that people feel that they should have a pass. Like why should you have a pass if you're trying to destroy a movement? You see what's going on right now. It's straight genocide. They're killing us off every day. Every day. You know what I'm saying? There's no more you you waiting for tomorrow in hopes of a brighter day. Because now you're just waiting to see what's gonna happen tomorrow. Do your math, do your history. Every day, if I could think of since season one, the last episode of season one. From the last episode of season one to the first episode of season two. Just I mean, every day. Today, what happened? That's crazy. YouTube headquarters. Female. Something's going on between her and her boyfriend. Something's obviously going on between her and her boyfriend. To the point where and see when she was shooting people. Man, so many stories is coming out. And see what she was just shooting on the way. because she was just gunning. It seems like she was on her way to the cafe. That's where the gunfires took place. But she was obviously, it's clear that she said that she was looking for a boyfriend. After she shot him, she shot herself. It didn't say after she shot him, she walked around, tried to get away, encountered some individuals, and then shot them. No. So she shot the individuals. I mean, two females. It was three suspects, two females. The 36-year-old male, he had to have been the boyfriend. The two females, one of them had to be a side chick. It was a side chick and a friend. I'm just, I don't know, but I mean, regardless of whatever you say, it's just always something. It's just always something. You could not shake it. Then what? What was it? Who was it? Vicky Mumberg. Vicky Mumberg. I covered that story. A racist real estate agent in South Africa. She made the racial comments and got sentenced to 3 years, all suspended, but two. First in history. Now, of course, they're going through appeals and trying to do whatever, but that hasn't went down yet. So, yeah, she's serving time right now. First in history. She's a pro-apartheid. It said that she never learned her lesson. This is the state that we're living in. Everybody just waiting to see who who's gonna get shot today. You know, the police is on edge. Police is on edge. Why? Because, be it as it may, people keep getting shot. Their colleagues keep shooting people out here on these streets. So they shaky. You know, they seeing guns, there ain't no guns. They seeing guns in their dreams. When they go home and they take that vest off and they finally get to go to sleep in the safety of their own home, they peeking out the windows like, you know, like a smoker. They stay in the blinds. They don't know which way because they actually are scared. They're not about the test to become a police officer needs to be revised and everybody needs to be retrained. It needs to be some intensive mental health evaluations going on. You know, you gotta look into these histories. A clean history doesn't always mean that you're supposed to be the person that's supposed to be out here serving and protecting. Just because you got a clean history, they look at your history hard. This guy, he's as clean as a whistle. He hasn't, you know, he never get in no trouble. He's always been this and that, ROTC and whatever the case may be. All them accolades is cool, but that's not telling you or me whether or not this this candidate was bullied. You know, who's to say he was bullied? Who's to say in his younger years he was in a group home? Who was saying in his younger years he wasn't in the group home, and in the group home he experienced some traumatic. Who, what, you don't know. They're not gonna put that in the record, in your record like that. You was getting bullied in elementary school all the way to high school by Twan and them, or Twan and them was in a whole nother area. He wasn't raised in the, because I see y'all. I see y'all sucker duck cops too, man. Y'all sucker duck black cops out there, man, wilding too, man. The only thing I see about y'all doing a whole lot of bluffing, man. Y'all slapping females and everything. Like, come on. Y'all being some real house. Type of games y'all playing, man. You know, because I know what it is. They sucker ducks. When you think about that kid in school, that when he was walking down the hallway, nigga just kick him in his ass sideways, just sideways kick him in his ass, and his fucking book bag slap him in the back of his head or some shit. Follow my language. That's what type of these police that's running around, man. And that's a recipe for disaster. You know, they using these spin moves on our youth. They fucking stalking our kids. They stalking them. They stalking them. They interacting with them. Maybe they might smell some good PTSD choker. Maybe hey, for one interaction, you happen to smell some marijuana on a kid. Next thing you know, you don't get no action where you from. You suck a duck, so you don't get no action. But the city, they putting pressure on you to make all types of quotas. They putting pressure on you to make all types of quotas, and you ain't about that life. But you wearing the badge because it was all about the money, and in the back of your head, you got a grudge. Because when them kids was picking on you in school, you was telling yourself, one day, just one day, I'm gonna make it to. I'm gonna be a good guy. I'm gonna be a cop, and if the right situation permit itself, and you allow me to trick you, I'm gonna let this thing go on you. So you're not gonna know. But if I catch him, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him to get it. I'm gonna tell him to reach for his ID when I get him in a certain position. We're on camera. The camera be I mute it at the right time. I mute the camera. I entice him, and then I tell him grab your ID so he can move to get his ID in an aggressive manner, because we aggressive. And if he takes the bait, I'm gonna put 3 in his ass. Bop, 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 bop. I said, put your hands, and then you're gonna take the camera off mute. You're gonna take the camera off mute after that. I said, put your hands in there. What was you reaching for? What was you reaching for? God damn it. God damn it. Why did you make me do this? Come on, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. But this is what they doing. So this is what we gotta teach our children. We gotta teach our children from right now. Watch out for the traps. Because that's a trap. That's the wicked trap. And they using it like it ain't nothing. And then what? Okay, now I ain't gotta be shook no more. Because now I got me a kill I can go out. I can get paid leave for 2 years. For 2 years, I can get paid leave while while we demonstrate, march, sit up on top of the governors and the president's desk. March on the mayor. We're gonna do all of that. Meanwhile, the officer's still chilling. You know what I mean? He ain't gotta be shook anymore like he used to. And then after the 2 years is up, they're gonna drop all the charges. He's gonna get acquitted of everything. And then when he get back to the police force, all the rookies is looking at him like he's just, Robo. He RoboCop now. See the recipe? That's how you get to the facts. You focus on the ingredients. You look at the ingredients. That's what you do. You look at the ingredients. That's how you perfect the dish. This is real deal Holyfield, people. Facts media global. We got to make it happen. We got to make it happen. And we are. And we are. People stop thinking so small-minded. So you don't say they feel and they hear somebody saying, man, listen, you need to get back over in Africa, man. Figure something out. What? Why are we going over there? We done built everything. You got bamboozled over here. You got hoodwinked over here. Respect it. I'm not saying that it's gonna always be like that. Respect it. But you have to understand, right now, at this point in age, right now, we got bamboozled. We ain't running nothing. Only thing we doing is working. We ain't running no industries. We ain't running no corporations. We ain't doing any of that. We can't even. If we decided to make a move today, we don't even have the building materials. We ain't got no militia. Why we ain't got no militia? Because maybe the majority of us feels like, oh, that don't sound right. They ain't never teach you about it. You ain't never heard about it. So as soon as you hear the word, it's basically connected to something so bad that you don't even try to investigate, do your research, and figure out that you, brother, because back then the sisters, they was just on the back end. But brother, you was the official militia. Official. Everything else was unofficial. So do your research. There's nothing wrong with organizing the militia and training. That's where the power comes in. That's when you become great. When you're able to rally your people for a cause and then move on to other countries and liberate communities. You know what I'm saying? Liberate communities. Well, we got a whole lot of people over here. They know what I mean. They screaming RBG, but they really represent what ISIL, or they represent with Al Qaeda, or they support terrorism. Because that's what it is. If you stream with black, anything black this and black that, that's terrorism. Because at the end of it, especially if you're black screaming it, because you don't have no blueprint to anything. You don't have no blueprint to nothing. What do we have a blueprint to? Right now, if it was to go down, how are we making one of these smart TVs? How are we gonna make a computer? I'm not talking about no computer like I was playing when I was in high school, when I was in elementary. I'm talking about like a computer like I got right now. I don't got the blueprint for that. Eventually, I plan on learning, but right now, this is not a quick fix, people. Now, after we go and we create some industries over in the homeland, while in the process of doing that, we shutting some of these corporations down by, you know, holding our dollars and shutting some companies down by holding our dollars. You just watch them fall. You just watch them fall from across the water, across on this side, whatever the case may be. This don't have anything to do with any government. And if it does, and it comes out that it does, then we also know what the problem is. But for the record, it doesn't have anything to do with government. Corporations are private sectors. They private sectors. If it's not the military and they're not dealing in military contracts, then they private sectors. If they selling, if it's a Walmart, uh, BJ's, Sam's Club, all of these big corporations, Procter and Gamble, you name it, they prime for the shutdown. And if if maybe once they understand Exxon, Shell, and all of these gas companies, once they understand that we're not playing, yeah, then they gonna start. They gonna work because some money is better than no money. Yeah, they got the gas prices at $3 because hey, we ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing about it, but go on there and just keep pumping the gas. But if they couldn't get 3.69 for them gallons, and but they was able to get 1.69 for them gallons, what do you think they're gonna do? They're just gonna sit on the gallons? They're gonna say, "Oh, they don't want to buy, we ain't gonna sell." No, they're gonna go out of business, especially in these big. You see these big super gas stations they got popping up all around, and they shutting down all the little small businesses. Sheets, Loves, you name it, Rudders, you name it. Now all the little gas stations that you familiar with in your neighborhood, they just slowly dwindling away. So then what? They're gonna have to. They're gonna you force them. You force them because they would rather get 169 because they know they ain't getting 369. And it is what it is. Then you're gonna see them start playing with the gas pumps. Then you're gonna start seeing them playing with the gas pumps. Then you're gonna start seeing them sliding old outdated food on the shelves at Walmart and Sam's Club. They're gonna be stuck on the shelf. You're gonna have to check them dates. You remember when you had to check those dates? Yeah, y'all remember that. That's a lost. That's a lost hobby. You gotta check them dates. Your mom send you to the store. She said, and then you come back. Listen, I used to have to walk to Key Food. Anybody know where Key Food at? On Nostrand and Kingston. Is it Nostrand? No, it's a little too far. Like Nostrand and Prospect Park Place. It's a Key Food up there. Now from where I live, it was like some blocks. I don't know, 6, 7 blocks. I used to have to walk to Key Food. So that was like like a little hype. But yeah, just mm, ain't nothing like that no more. Stop, Shop, and Save. What is it? Associate. Yeah, they can thrive in the big cities, but in like the not so big cities where it was all of the small businesses that allowed the community to thrive, that allowed the community to thrive and to grow. How can we shut these businesses out? Left and right, just like that. Before these big brands came, come on, this is all y'all had. This is how the community grew. This is how the money that got into those banks in the community. Now you see, if you look at it, as soon as they running up in one of these big strip plazas, they got two or three banks to come with them because the banks is what's financing it. So if they gotta protect their investment. So then they open up a couple banks. It's gonna be big business coming in there. Why? Because they either gonna be paying you from some kind of direct deposit, something like that. They're gonna be or a pay card. You're not gonna want the pay card because of all of the fees. So then that's gonna force you to do what? Open up a bank account. They know that. Why? Because when you open up a bank account and you get direct deposit, they're gonna give you a 50-inch TV screen. As soon as you get 4 or 5 direct um, deposits into the account, you know what I mean? Because that's security. As long as you working, they're gonna get that deposit. They're gonna get that paper. As long as you get into account, they're gonna make some money off you. You're gonna have to get money off the card. That's $2, $2.75. Every purchase that you make is gonna be something. You know what I mean? It's just so come on. When you start talking all of this revolution, black power, and kill the cracker, I gotta think about what you're saying. I gotta reevaluate that. You sound crazy. You sound crazy as all outdoors. This is not. This is, and that's the problem. Everybody just want to jump out there. This is not the time to be talking nothing like that. You shouldn't be talking anything of that nature right now. No. If anybody gonna keep it real with you, let me keep it real. All right. All right. We wrap it up. Well, we wrapped up snug like a bug. Little man out there. Him and his mom might be fighting. You already know how it is. Once again, let me shout out my first, second, and third shifters. Get out there, you know what I mean? I know we're doing what we gotta do. But sooner or later, we're gonna get these businesses rolling. We're gonna get our people educated on entrepreneurship and business. Stop Bitcoin, no, all of that. Listen, do you just think about it? Why would you say one thing and do another? You just can't. You can't say that you're about this and then be doing that. It's just not gonna work. It never worked. So when you run into somebody and they saying that they for the people, look, you gotta fill them out, and it's really you can do it real quick. Just a few couple of questions. Fake them out. Fake them out. Act like you down bad. Ask them, do they want to buy some of these stamps you got? You know? Tell them you got a 50-inch screen TV and you just need a few couple dollars for it. You got some issues. See who bite. Then you really know. But I appreciate everybody for stopping through. Like I said, let's bring the trade schools back. Let's bring back the trade school. The Master Academy coming soon. Card holder ticker to date is up to date. Go check out zblackcard.com. Don't forget to use the promo code capital M, capital L, the number 7, capital U for your exclusive invitation to join the team. It's a movement. Behind the Wall campaign. See the address on the screen? Need you to get that address. Write it down. Send your people locked. I know we got some people that's locked up. You might not talk to them for a while. Maybe it's your brother. Maybe it's a sister. Maybe it's an uncle or aunt or cousin. You know, maybe you mad at them. You know what I'm saying? You mad at them because, you know what I'm saying, you seen them, you watched them grow up, and you try to do everything that you could to stop them from taking that wrong turn. You know what I'm saying? And you failed. And then, you know what I'm saying, now you have remorse, now you have anger in your heart because you've seen big things and you have big inspirations for this kid or this young woman. You know what I'm saying? Let that go and understand that, you know what I mean, our brothers and sisters behind bars are going through some really, really, really trying times right now, and they don't have no assistance. And us out here, we don't have any assistance. So what we have to do is we have to be able to get our feet wet on providing assistance for others. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that what the Department of Welfare do? Ain't that how that was established? So once we get our feet wet, where we begin to have a database throughout all of the prisons throughout the United States of America. I ain't gonna say too much more, but just understand this is phase 1, people. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Facts Media Global. It's a movement. Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. We wrap up all of today's shows. You've been tuning in with the KOC live on the FMG. Everybody have a good night. 1.